Greetings, all. Well, folks who've been paying attention over here on the channel, well, you know that I just totally destroyed my television the same day that somebody took a shot at Donald Trump. I have, well, since it was rather costly, relatively new TV, I could feel bad about what happened. Yeah, and initially, I guess I did. I was pretty stunned. About half a day, I'm walking around, what do I do? But, yeah, I get over it. And, as I reassess the situation, I decided that this ain't the worst thing that ever happened to me. I have made a habit throughout most of my life of paying attention to current events. I was trained to do so by my teachers in school. We were taught that it was important, and we observe these things, try to make sense out of it, develop opinions on it, and so on and so forth. And so I kind of just continued it throughout my entire life, pretty much. There have been times when I've been well cut off from all media, when I did not own a TV or a radio, lived way out in the woods, and so on. Don't remember much about it. And I guess, by and large, the world really doesn't change much for most of us when we do a media fast. Because most of what comes at us through the news, for instance, there's nothing we can do about it anyway. Yeah, the stuff is totally out of our control. They shot up another school. What am I going to do about it? There are some things, occasionally, I think it's handy to have contact with the media and current events. But it's been almost a week now with no news. I have not been watching the local or the national news. Can't honestly say that anything has changed very much. I have less to gripe about, for sure. Yeah, it usually always gives me something to grumble over, but now there are times, especially when it comes to local news. Here, I really like to know, say, for instance, when the volcano's erupting. Now, occasionally when it erupts, I can see it from the house, so I know I don't need the news guy. But most of the time, it's up the mountain over here, about another 15 miles, and where the big show usually happens is out of my line of sight, and so it's handy to have a news report that the volcano has started erupting again. When some of the other volcanoes don't usually erupt, like Mauna Loa, hadn't erupted since the 1980s and did so just last year, that was pretty spectacular. It was a little bit scary, too, especially for the people that live on the flank of it. So value there. Yeah, value in paying attention to current events. Your house may go under molten rock, right? We get tsunami, too, and tsunami is an important issue. This actually happened to me one time. My son and I, we got our masks and flippers, we piled in the car, started heading west to my favorite swimming hole at Haunau, two-step. Yeah, we were going over there, and I was actually going to get a room in the old Monago Hotel, which is now up for sale. Anyway, spend a day or two and go snorkeling over there at two-step. We got about halfway over there, and the man on the radio says, tsunami warnings, all beaches are closed. Well, we continued on, and we spent some time over at the Monago and did a few other things, but no swimming. I suppose it was handy to know that it wasn't safe to go into the water that day. Yeah, sounds good to me. So, yeah, there is stuff. I honestly don't even need to know much about whether there's an election coming or not, because here in Hawaii, I do mail-in voting, and so if there's a election coming up, I get notifications in the mail, and then the ballot comes in the mail, and it leaves in the mail. So I don't even need the newsman to tell me that there's an election. I guess there's some positive things to watching the news, I guess. Otherwise, I don't know, it kind of just, well, it's another form of entertainment, I guess, you know? And the worse it is, the bloodier, the more horrible, I suppose, the more soap it sells, right? Yeah, they don't put up too many videos, you know, showing cute babies and people's pet tricks, right? No, it's usually some accident, you know. It's a corpse covered up with a blanket on the highway, you know, going, oh no, a dead person, you know, fires rolling through Greece, you know, and all the rabbits running ahead of the fires. Stuff that gets to us, keeps us glued to the screen so that we'll put up with those pharmaceutical commercials. Man, I wish that it was still selling soap. Yeah, we used to sell a lot of soap. We had all kinds of brands of soap for sale on TV. You know, like I said, I'm still having PTSD over the Tidy Ball man, as I've always been afraid that he was going to emerge while I was sitting down, and that scares the heck out of me. But yeah, these commercials had an impact on us for sure. I don't know if they sold me soap. They warped me as a child. Scrubbing bubbles. I think 80% of what I know I learned from black and white television. But yeah, so, you know, the more disgusting it is, the more pharmaceuticals it will sell, I guess. So anyway, Bill's in a media fast. Yeah, I'm also doing the 7 to 7 fast, and it's working slowly. Yes, I stop eating anything at 7 p.m. I do not eat anything again until after 7 a.m. And, well, it's coming off slowly, but yeah, pound after pound it has been peeling off by taking a 12-hour fast every night, and I am having less problems with the lesions in my esophagus because the 12-hour rest is allowing the little critters in my gut that produce the mucus lining to actually get a foothold and kind of regrow. Yeah. If I could get down to taking a 24-hour fast, who knows, I might heal completely. So, fasting isn't the worst thing that we ever got ourselves involved in, whether it has to do with your diet or whether it has to do with your media consumption. I cannot say that I'm feeling worse because I didn't eat media for days now. I feel fine. Life goes on. Hang loose. All right. Aloha.